Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, September 29th, and this is show number 89. I'm Derek Silas. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects today with our special guest, auditory art, which we call music. So grab a cup of coffee, and it's time to rise and shine. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Stand by. Everyone ready. Stand by, AJ. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cue.
Welcome back, Enid. Thanks for joining us, as I stated before. Show number 89. So we're really getting those shows out there. And we thank all of you for watching us online, streaming on our enidtv.org website. We have guests, people all the way from the West and East Coast, and we thank you for joining us every Thursday. We're going to look at our statewide temps. Right now it's holding steady at 49 degrees, but let's look at our statewide temps. Now, if you're in the West, it's 49 around Balco, Oklahoma. I'm not sure how you pronounce some of the other ones, but down south is 56 degrees, and around Del City, 52 degrees. But right here in Enid, it's around 49 degrees. It's supposed to be sunny today, and the highs are supposed to be 73 and lows at 48. Well, let's look at the 3-day forecast. Right now, it's going to be in the high 70s Friday and Saturday, and Sunday it'll be in the high 80s. Well, of course, it'll be in the low 50s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the low points. So, should be a good weekend. Hopefully go out there and enjoy yourself. The beginning of fall still seems like summer, but the weather changes at the time, so. Okay, if you're at Enid High School or in Enid Public Schools, I'm sure you're gonna eat today, so let's look at the school menu for today and tomorrow. Today, you're gonna have Salisbury steak, scalloped potatoes, baked okra, hot roll, banana, and milk. Okay. And tomorrow, they'll have chicken sandwich, tater tots, ranch-style beans, pickles, tropical fruit, and always milk. So, as Steve always says, he's always looking for his next meal. So, okay. In local news, let's talk about the local news. In local news, we were talking about the school menu, so let's talk about the teachers. There are 3 teachers in the community that receive a OGE teacher grant. And according to the Enid News and Eagle, Jamie Castle from Chisholm Middle School will use her $960 grant to purchase robotic kits for her kids. Alvin Crosswhite, a math teacher at Glenwood Elementary, will use his $650 grant to purchase aquaponic kit for his classroom. And Jenny Harris, a kindergarten and first grade teacher at Pioneer Pleasantville Elementary School, will use her $548 to purchase materials to help her students with sight words, reading fluency, and comprehension. Also in the news, Officer Thomas Tuttle received an award from the EPD for his action during a deadly shooting this summer. Over the weekend, Southern Heights Heritage Center and Museum received damage to their facility and some irreplaceable artifacts after a car drove into it. Executive Director Barbara Finley says it's not just damage they suffered, but truly dealing with the aftermath of the destruction of their heritage. And last week we had the Oklahoma State Fair, but the Tulsa State Fair begins today at 4145 East 21st Street in Tulsa and goes through October the 9th. So if you have a chance, go out there and enjoy the Tulsa State Fair. In sports, this Saturday, OSU will play the Texas Longhorns in Stillwater at 11 a.m., and OU will play TCU in Texas at 4 p.m. TU will play Southern Methodist University in Tulsa at 7 p.m. And of course, Thunder will be going to Spain and be playing on Monday at 1:30 p.m. and on Wednesday, October 5th, at 1:30 p.m. This weekend, the 41st Ryder Cup will be played September 30th through October 2nd at Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska, Minnesota. This Ryder Cup, if you don't know the history, features 12-member teams representing the United States and Europe in 3 days of match play and competition. And we always do this day in history. So on September 26, 1988, Stacey Allison of Portland, Oregon becomes the first American woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest, which at 29,035 feet above sea level is the highest point on Earth. And in 1907, Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, is born near Tioga, Texas. I think I pronounced it right. Autry was a phenomenally successful radio personality, movie star, and businessman. And as always, I don't have my bow tie on today, but that's the Oklahoma Minute. We have a couple birthdays. Marjorie Sharkey will be celebrating her 93rd birthday, October 1st. She stays at Brookdale Senior Living, so we want to say early happy birthday to her and hope she has many more. And if you have a birthday or suggestion for Good Morning Enid, send us an email at gme@enid.org. We welcome any suggestions, any comments, and any questions that you may have. That's enough of me right now. We're going to go. Brooke is back, and she's going to tell us what's going on at the CNB Center. Here's Brooke.
Good morning, Enid. Thanks for having me back this morning. We have a lot going on, as usual, at the CNB Center. Tonight, Three Dog Night is going to be in town, and we do have tickets still available. So if you are wanting to come, be sure to get some tickets. 855-TIX-ENID or cnbcenter.com. And with our most recent announcement, we have Jay Owenhouse, the Authentic Illusionist. That's going to be on November 5th at 7:30 p.m. So tickets will go on sale tomorrow for that event. So be sure to get your tickets if you're interested in seeing this Authentic Illusionist. And then, of course, we will have a Bull Riding Inc. That's coming November 18th and 19th. And that's going to be a great event. And we do have the mutton bustin'. So if you've got little kiddos that are wanting to ride the sheep, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, lastly, we will have the Harlem Globetrotters again this year. Really excited about that event. So be sure to come out February 2nd. Thank you so much. And back to you, Derek.
Thank you, Brooke. As she stated, go out to the CNB Center and check some of those events out. It's about 7:38, still holding steady at 49 degrees, and we really appreciate you for joining us for these 89 shows thus far that we have brought to you. We're going to go to our next segment where we have a great guest artist, or great special guest. They'll be talking about the Enid Symphony. So let's go to one-on-one with Jomara right now.
Welcome to One-on-One with Jomara. If you love music and arts, this is a great show for you. Our special guest today is Maestro Douglas Newell. He is the artistic director for the Enid Symphony Orchestra here in town. Maestro Newell, thank you very much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for being kind enough to invite me. This is very exciting. And in fact, I'm going to videotape Derek's introduction and play it at home when my family is there, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, very good.
Oh, yes.
Very good.
I wouldn't say I was great. That's maybe an overstatement. You can ask my wife.
Sure, we'll do that. You've been the director of the Enid Symphony Orchestra for over 30 years.
This is my 34th year. I came to Enid to stay for about 3 years, and many, many exciting things kept happening over the years. And there was a point where I just realized, you know, this is where I want to dedicate my life's work. This is what I want to be committed to. And with our wonderful Enid Symphony Center and the evolution of the orchestra into a professional ensemble, it's been an exciting time, and I hope many more good years to come.
Well, I'm very happy that you decided to stay. I'm sure we all are, because Enid gained a tremendous artist.
God bless you. Thank you.
Now, with all those years, can you tell me what is maybe the most memorable experience that you share by being the director of the orchestra?
You know, I thought about that a lot. And there are many wonderful memories of performances, of guest artists who come into the community, and we have the opportunity to entertain and get to know. I am really excited by the development of the orchestra, the commitment of the musicians, and our audience. And I think it's an ever-evolving process. If you ask me what's my favorite piece of music to conduct, it's what I'm working on this week, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's very difficult. There were some wonderful times in the early years with people like Willard Scott, Pete Fountain, Shirley Jones. I mean, we had some great times then. But it's more exciting, our focus in one way, to see the young artists we bring, like Ariana Castellanos, who came last year, and the many wonderful young people who come to perform, who are on their way up. We had a guest director of an opera last year, and this year he garnered a professional position in New York with the Tri-Cities Opera Company, Zach Engel, as a assistant stage director and managing director of the opera company. So to see what one of our goals is to put together young artists who will work together in the future, and I've seen that happen so many times. So I can't say this point or this point so memorable for me. I think the concert after my dad passed away, right around that time, we did the Mahler Resurrection Symphony, and it was an incredible experience, one that, you know, I'll keep forever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, great to know that you treasure all those memories, because at the time they are very important, right?
Every day is a gift.
Right. Now, since we are talking about memories and about what makes the Enid Symphony Orchestra so special, what is the mission that you have as the director of the Enid Symphony Orchestra?
Well, our mission as an organization is to enhance the cultural life of Northwest Oklahoma through our concerts and through an active involvement in an educational program, which has come to fruition now. So we think that we add, our goal is to add something above the norm, something special, something unique, something that has lasting value, has lasted for many years, and to choose new things that we believe will have an impact on the future, the way music, and I hesitate to say classical music, I'm going to say art form music, whatever you want to call it, but to choose works and artists who will be known by future generations.
Now, a little bit before the show began, we talked about the educational programs and concerts that are coming up this year or are currently happening. Can you tell us more about that?
This year we have linked up, so to speak, with Carnegie Hall. They have an international educational program, and some 80 orchestras in America in North America were chosen to participate, as well as orchestras in the East and European orchestras. It is a program that is funded by the MetLife Foundation, the development of the educational materials, and it's for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. And the Carnegie Hall provides us with all the educational materials. They did a training session with our new education director, Eddie Lou Strimple. She was a guest in New York for 3 days and came back and then did an in-service training with many of our area elementary music teachers. All students will have year-round access to Carnegie Hall's website so that they can review what they do in the classroom during the day. The teachers have a workbook. They have access. At the end of the year, we will present a series of young people's concerts based on the music they're learning all year long in the classroom. And we'll do 3 of those concerts. I think it's May 15th at Enid High School. So we can access about 3,600 students, have direct impact on them. And it's a far more in-depth and far-reaching program than I could have developed by myself, or we could have just done locally. And it puts us on a par with orchestras in New York City, in Houston, in Chicago, St. Louis, Denver, what have you. I'm very pleased that both the Oklahoma City Philharmonic and the Tulsa Symphony Orchestra also participate in this program. So it is a direct impact nationwide from Carnegie Hall.
That sounds fantastic. Like a great program for little kids. And if they love music, what a great way to introduce them to that as well. Now, speaking of wonderful programs, how do you keep the Enid Orchestra, Enid Symphony Orchestra functioning? How are you funded?
Well, we're funded about 6 or 7 different ways. Primarily, we're a nonprofit organization, so we have to raise the money that we need each year, which our budget this year is $363,000. So we'll raise probably $90,000 of that on ticket sales. That's about a fourth. Oh, wow. Then we have state and federal funding from the National Endowment for the Arts, the Oklahoma Arts Council, and we have a great season sponsor in Park Avenue Thrift, which actually contributes on a par just a little above the Arts Council and National Endowment for the Arts. And then the rest is privately solicited funding from businesses, from individuals, from Oklahoma foundations, out-of-state foundations. Our concerts this past weekend were funded by the James and Mary Barnes Foundation out of Tulsa. We presented the Eulenspiegel Puppet Theater and actually took them to Monroe, to Adams and Garfield schools on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, for anybody that is watching today, if they want to contribute to the Enid Symphony Orchestra, what will be the best way?
I think the best way is to contact our telephone number, which I'm sure is going to be on your screen. If it hasn't been on your screen, it's more important than I am. And you know, we also have a benefit concert coming up on the weekend of October 15 and 16.
Yes.
And that's the Glenn Miller Orchestra. They have been underwritten graciously by Johnny Bowers, the Messer Bowers Insurance Company, and Paul and Joan Allen, so that 100% of the funds brought in through ticket sales go to the orchestra. And tickets are $50 a piece. They're available at the website and also by calling the symphony office. 2 shows. We've sold more than 1 show at this point. I'm not sure the exact ticket count, but there are tickets available. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. for Glenn Miller on the 15th, and Sunday at 2 o'clock. So you can come, you can dance in the aisles to big band swing music and help the symphony at the same time.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
And we have a gala, not a gala, soiree in January, the last Saturday night in January, which is a fundraiser our board produces. And 2 of our board members, Jessica Carruthers and Leslie Newell, are spearheading that event. And I can guarantee you it's going to have great appeal.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be helping the great efforts of the Enid Symphony Orchestra.
It will indeed.
Well, thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara. If you want to know more about the Enid Symphony Orchestra and all the events that will be happening this year, please visit their website or call the number on the screen. Thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara. Now, let's go back to Derek.
Thank you, Jomara. Very good interview. And as she stated, go to EnidSymphony.org to check out their events for the rest of the year and for future years. If you're coming up next week, next Tuesday, we're going to have a commission meeting in the City Hall. So it usually starts at 6 o'clock, and then they have a study section in the lower level room around 5:30 also. At 8 o'clock, coming up after this, at 8 o'clock, we're going to have State Representative John Pfeiffer. So 8 o'clock, be sure to watch this new City Connections with Representative Pfeiffer. Let's go back to the 3-day forecast, and we'll see what's going on this weekend. This weekend, 75 tomorrow, 78 Saturday, and Sunday is going to be 82. Sunny, mostly Friday and mostly Sunday, but partly clouded Saturday. It's still going to be a great weekend to get out and do some things. So always go to visitenid.org and you can see other events. You can check out the Enid Chamber website as well to see events going on in the community. Now, tomorrow, as always, we have Friday Night Lights. So let's look at Friday Night Lights. Who's going to be playing tomorrow? We have one team that's going to actually be playing Saturday, which is Kremlin Hillsdale at Boise City, but the rest of them will be for tomorrow. So Enid is going to be at Choctaw, which is around the Oklahoma City area, and Hennessy at Chisholm, and I think this is Chisholm's homecoming. So you can go out and support those two teams. And we have all of the other ones you may see: Oklahoma Bible Academy at Cashin, Pond Creek Hunter at Regent Prep in Tulsa, and some of the other ones. So tomorrow, go out and support your team. We're gonna go back right now to Brooke. She's back, and she's gonna tell us more about what's going on at Central National Bank Center. Here's Brooke.
Good morning, glad to be back. So tonight, we are having 3 Dog Night. Really excited about this concert, and tickets are still available. So be sure to get tickets if you're going to be coming or still want to come and didn't know. So we're really excited to have this group here tonight, and that's at 7:30 p.m. Doors will open at 6:30, and you can get tickets before that. And then we've got our most recent announcement, J. Owen House. And J. Owen House, the authentic illusionist, is going to be here on Saturday, November 5th, 7:30 p.m. Dare to Believe. He is known as one of the best shows that toured in Asia back in 2008. So we're really excited to have him here in America and to see the lovely tigers he'll bring with him. And tickets start at just $29 each. So glad to have that event here. It's going to be something that we haven't had before. So come out and see that event. It's going to be wonderful. Then also in November, the Bull Riding Inc. Sponsorships are available if you're interested in that, but the Mutton Bustin'. So if you've got kiddos wanting to ride the sheep, this is definitely a great, great event for the kiddos. And then lastly, we will have the Harlem Globetrotters Thursday, February 2nd at 7 p.m. Glad to have them back this year. For a full list of all of our events, visit our website at thecmbcenter.com. Thank you so much, and back to you, Derek.
Thank you, Brooke. Now, if you missed it earlier, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in our community. 3 out of 35 teachers in the Enid community, or within the Arkansas and Oklahoma area, receive grants from OG&E. And Jamie Castle, a math and STEM teacher at Chisholm Middle School, Alvin Crosswright, a 5th grade math teacher at Glenwood Elementary School, and Jenny Harris, a kindergarten and 1st grade teacher at Pioneer Pleasant Vale Elementary School. So congratulations to you all. And also, Officer Thomas Tuttle received an award from the EPD because of his actions during a deadly shooting this summer. Southern Heights Heritage Center and Museum is working to recover from damage to the facility and some irreplaceable artifacts after a car drove into it over the weekend. Remember, the Tulsa State Fair starts today at 4145 East 21st Street in Tulsa, so go out there and have some fun. In sports this Saturday, OSU will play Texas Longhorns in Stillwater at 11 a.m., OU will play TCU in Texas at 4 p.m., and TU will play Southern Methodist University in Tulsa at 7 p.m. The Thunder will be in Spain this following week. They'll play Monday at 1:30 and Wednesday at 1:30 as well. And of course, this weekend we have what they call the 41st Ryder Cup, which will be played September 30th to October 2nd, which is it features 12-member teams representing the United States and Europe in 3 days of match play completion. And in this day in history, in 1988, Stacey Allison of Portland, Oregon becomes the first American woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest, which at 29,035 feet above sea level is the highest point on Earth. And in 1907, Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, is born near Tioga, Texas. Not sure if I'm correct when pronouncing that, but there it is, and that's the Oklahoma Minute. Right now, we're going to go to a new Adopt a Pet promo. We have a new young lady who brings the pets every week now. So let's look at that promo right now.
Stray animals like this are found and brought to Enid Animal Control every day. All of these animals are in need of good homes. Please consider adopting a dog or a cat from Enid Animal Shelter. Call us at 249-4910 or come down and see us at 1200 South 10th Street.
All right. Thank you for joining us, as I always says. And today we have a good-looking pet. We have Rose. And she is a 4-month-old lab mix. Look at that coat. Very good coat. And she's very playful. She has not yet had her shots or has been spayed, but she is available for adoption. And you can call the number 249-4910 to find out the cost of the spay and her rabies shots. Look at there. So that is Rose. We always thank you guys since we've been having the pets on the show, we've had a lot of adoptions due to that, and we thank all of our listeners out there and viewers for actually helping us with this. We also have them showing at our city commission meetings twice a month on Tuesdays, and we really appreciate all of you have adopted pets out there. So remember that 580-249-4910 to adopt Rose. We thank you for joining us today, and thank you for, as always, joining us. We appreciate you staying with us these 89 shows. And as always, we hope you make it a great day in Enid, Oklahoma.